Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome back to Spooky Sleuths. As you can see, we are not in our normal pod lab today. We have turned Sammy's car into a mobile pod lab.
This week, we're headed into the hills of West Virginia to explore one of the most bizarre and chilling sightings in American folklore, the Flatwoods Monster. I'm Sammy.
And I'm Nicole,
and we are Spooky Sleuths.
We are literally in Flatwoods today, visiting all of the Flatwoods Monsters chairs throughout the county before we head over to the museum.
If you ever venture to Braxton County, West Virginia, be sure to check out all 5 chairs and head over to the museum for a free sticker.
Show them our sticker. Sweet. Legend has it that the men in black took the Flatwoods Monster, and by visiting all the chairs, you free him. We love our free Braxxie sticker. We'll see you at the museum at the end of the episode, so stick around. It's got some really cool stuff.
So the Flatwoods Monster is a strange and terrifying creature that was first seen in 1952. If you're a fan of cryptid stories or strange phenomena, this one is definitely one to remember. It's a case that has baffled researchers, captured the imaginations of locals, and inspired countless theories over the years.
So grab a seat, maybe a blanket, and let's dive right into this mystery.
Our story begins on the evening of September 12, 1952, in the small town of Flatwoods, located in Braxton County, West Virginia.
It was a clear evening when 2 young boys, Edward and Fred May, along with their mother Kathleen and a local school teacher named Mrs. May, were outside near the family farm.
The boys had been out playing when they saw something unusual in the sky, something they described as a fiery ball, almost like a bright streak of light.
At first, they thought it was just a shooting star or maybe even an aircraft, but the sighting was too unusual to ignore.
As the glowing object descended, they followed its trajectory, and it seemed to land on a nearby hill.
The boys were immediately intrigued and decided to investigate.
What they didn't know was that this would set them on a path to encounter something far stranger than they could have ever imagined.
They weren't alone for long. The May family, along with their friend Mrs. May, made their way up the hill to investigate the strange object.
They reported feeling an eerie sense of foreboding as they approached the location, and what they found would forever change their lives.
As they neared the top of the hill, they saw something standing in the trees.
This figure was unlike anything they had ever seen before.
This is why we don't look in the trees.
Never.
The creature stood over 7 feet tall with an odd spade-shaped head. It was glowing, and its eyes were described as a bright, almost reddish color.
But the most shocking detail, the creature was covered in a strange metallic-like greenish armor, and it had a weird, almost robotic-like structure.
To make things even more eerie, the creature was hovering or floating above the ground.
And just when they thought things couldn't get stranger, the creature began emitting a hissing, screeching sound.
The entire group was terrified and quickly ran down the hill, but not before noticing a strange, nauseating mist that seemed to follow them. We do not recommend doing this in the middle of a blizzard. This is stop number 3.
We can go lay in the hammock.
I mean, as fun as laying in the hammocks would be, right? Look at that T-Rex! This is frightening. Not the T-Rex necessarily, but there is so much ice. And I can feel the rain freezing onto my head.
Yep. I hope nobody has plans to leave the house tomorrow because...
Yeah, if I leave the house at all, it's going to be today. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Hope up tonight so I don't have to leave tomorrow to get her. This one is at the Elk River Hotel and Cafe, which Sammy thinks might be haunted, so we might have to check him out and come stay a night.
Look at that.
What is that? Well, that's not creepy at all. On to the next.
Quinn and Sutton. They said it smelled like something burning, almost like sulfur, and they felt lightheaded and dizzy as they fled the scene.
If you smell sulfur, yes, get out of there. In the aftermath of the sighting, local authorities and investigators were called in to examine the area.
They didn't find any solid evidence of the creature itself, but they did find strange scorch marks on the ground and an odd metallic scent lingering in the air.
Despite the lack of physical evidence, the group's testimony was enough to spark local and national attention.
In fact, the media began calling it the Flatwoods Monster, and it became one of the most well-known cases of unidentified creatures in the U.S.
That's right. And while many were skeptical, the story only gained more traction.
Soon, other reports began to surface.
People in the area started talking about strange lights in the sky, odd noises, and sightings of strange creatures.
Some people even claimed to have experienced similar encounters with the monster.
But like most cryptid sightings, there were just as many skeptics who believed the whole thing was a hoax or a case of mistaken identity.
So, what exactly did people think the Flatwoods Monster was?
Well, there are several theories.
Some believe it was an alien or extraterrestrial being that landed in the woods that night.
The strange lights and the glowing appearance of the creature certainly fit the description of many UFO encounters from that time.
Others believe it could be a case of mistaken identity, with some suggesting it was a barn owl or some other local animal that was misinterpreted as a monster.
Okay, what barn owl
I don't
has a
think
spade-shaped
so.
head like that? No, thank you. Then there's the theory that the Flatwoods Monster is some sort of cryptid, an undiscovered creature hiding out in the West Virginia woods.
Cryptozoologists have pointed to similar sightings of strange beings with glowing eyes and eerie features in other parts of the country.
Could the Flatwoods Monster be a part of a larger unknown species?
We may never know. Despite the years that have passed, the mystery of the Flatwoods Monster remains unsolved.
There are still those who believe in the creature and continue to visit the area in search of answers.
Some locals even claim that they've had their own strange encounters with the creature, adding to the lore of this mysterious being.
It's hard to say what really happened that night in Flatwoods.
Was it a hoax, a misidentification, or was it something truly otherworldly?
The story of the Flatwoods Monster is a reminder of how much is still out there how much is still in the unknown, waiting to be discovered.
Whether you believe in the monster or not, the mystery continues to captivate the curious. We're parked outside the Flatwoods Monster Museum, so let's head inside.
Yeah, because my current. Oh, okay, I can do this. Let's go. Hi, how are you? Doing well. I love that. Maybe that's what Lorelai should be for Halloween this year. We need one of these trinkets for our pod lab. We do. These are really cool. They kind of look like fugglers. They're fugglers. They're... They're Pokemon cards. Hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. We really had a good time searching for all the chairs. We did find all 5. You saw our sticker. We also got some Flatwoods Monster merch because how could we not?
Yeah. And just so y'all know, y'all saw throughout this video how treacherous these conditions were.
Yeah, I almost fell like 12 times.
But she didn't fall.
One of the cool things that we got, though, were these trading cards. We opened up the first pack in there, which will show you a clip here.
Okay. We got some cryptid trading card type things. So we're going to see if we got
Pokemon, but cryptids.
We're going to see if we got the Flatwoods Monster.
That's a spell. Spell. We got him.
Oh. Yeah. And I saved $5.
I love that for you. Okay, he's so cute though. But here is the Flatwoods Monster card.
He's so cute. At the end of the day, we got to explore Braxton County. We got to go to all the Flatwoods Monster chairs.
We had a
not
delicious
fall.
lunch.
We did. The
It was-
restaurant right beside the museum is delicious.
It's a little bistro.
We had a great lunch at Bad Axe Bistro. And we freed the Flatwoods Monster from the Men in Black.
We freed Braxxie. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you guys leave us a UFO emoji of your choice. There's a couple in there in the comments below.
Make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this, please make sure you leave us a rate and review. If you're on Spotify, leave us a comment as well.
Check us out on Instagram and TikTok. At this point, it's still live.
Yes, we're pre-recording before the ban, so.
Yes. So head on over there at Spooky Sleuths Pod. We're pretty active over there, and if TikTok is gone away, you'll find us more on Shorts. So now we need to dismantle our
makeshift pod lab.
our mobile pod lab and start heading back to our part of West Virginia. So you guys have a wonderful day. On that note,
Stay spooky, friends.